Oh hi! I didn't see you there. My name is Callum and welcome back to Hack Magic, a channel filled with magic and random stuff, basically. So this evening is a little bit different, as you can tell, and you might be wondering what's up. Well, this evening is story time. And with story time, I really wanted to set the scene, get done up nice, get the book out, get the open fire. Even this isn't actually whiskey, by the way. This is a Lipton iced tea, peach flavor. You don't want to see a video where I actually drink whiskey the whole time. Nobody needs that. So you may be wondering, or maybe not because it'll be in the title, what the story this evening is. And this evening, the story is That Time I Met Dynamo. You may recognize him from clips such as this, or this. So Dynamo is really the biggest name in Magic right now. And he has been for a number of years. There hasn't been anyone come along since who has captured the world in the same way that he has. So this evening, this is the story of how I met and went on stage with the man Dynamo himself. So this story actually starts off with a friend of mine, if you've been on the channel for a little while, who you'll know, Brendan Dooley. You can see him in this vlog here. And he asked me if I wanted to go to see Dynamo's show with him here in Christchurch. And I was like, hell yeah, it's Dynamo. So we managed to get these tickets that were really good actually. They weren't super expensive, but they were like right up the front. Good view of the whole stage and everything. We were hyped for a good night. The show started off awesome and it continued to be awesome. The whole way throughout, what I've really got to give props to Dynamo for was his ability to take magic that he did on television and bring it to the stage. Performing magic for TV is not always the same as performing it on a stage. So we got to a stage in the night where I didn't know this at the time, but we were going to start his famous phone and bottle trick. So it gets to the point where he asks for people to bring out their phones and hold them up in the air. And he looks out over the stage. Naturally, he looks to the front sort of area, right? You're not gonna grab somebody from way up the back. Like, they'll just take forever to get there. So I pull out mine and hold it up in the air like everybody else. And he's looking around and he goes, okay, I'm gonna come down off the stage. And he's looking around at all these phones and, you know, taking a good close look, and he looks down the row and I'm thinking, oh God, please don't pick me. Please don't pick me. And he's like 3 meters away at best. And I'm sitting there holding on to my phone thinking, please don't pick me. Now you might be thinking that as a magician, going up on stage with somebody like Dynamo is like a dream come true. And it is, don't get me wrong. But the thing about it is that as a magician, anytime I see magic being done, my brain is trying to reverse engineer, figure it out, right? As we're going along, I'm trying to piece together what he's doing behind the scenes. So what that means is that usually, if I'm an assistant, I don't do a very good job of listening to the instructions. Ironic, as a teacher, I know. And so I'm like, there's like 10,000 people here. Please, just, I don't need this in my life. And he picks me! So what happens is he grabs me and he grabs this other woman. We'll call her Sally. With our phones, we got to pull our cases off and shove it back in our pockets. We get taken up on stage. The setup is like 2 stools. There's one here, and there's Dynamo standing in the middle, and I'm on the right-hand side one. Now, it's not that I'm ever awkward about being on stage, right? But I was terrified I was going to screw up his instructions because it's happened before. Sorry, Joshua J. So I'm sitting at the stool, and the microphone is kind of like this awkward, low-down kind of thing, and I'm taller than the average person, right? So I look across at Sally, and she's sitting there with the microphone sort of about the right height. Some of you may know I have a bit of a musical background, and all throughout high school I I played music and played in bands, and so being on a stage with microphones and stuff isn't a new thing for me. So I just kind of moved the microphone up myself. And Dynamo looks across and he's like, oh, just making yourself at home there, are we? And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a bit low, so, you know, I figured I'd just move it up. And he's like, oh, you're getting ready to sing some karaoke there or something. Well, what are you gonna sing for us? And I'm sitting here thinking, am I actually gonna have to sing in front of 10,000 people? But then the banter sort of dies down and I don't actually end up having to sing, thank God. So banter out of the way, we get into stuff. Now, what Dynamo asks us to do is for Sally to write her phone number down on a piece of paper and hand it over to me for me to put in my phone. This is gonna be important. So Dynamo's given out a whole bunch of instructions to Sally about things that they want to do, and she's talking to the audience. Honestly, I don't remember what was said at this point. All I was thinking is, don't screw this up. Don't screw this up. I must have checked this number like 6 times. I was absolutely paranoid that I had to get this right. And then what he does is he takes Sally's phone and a bottle and slams it inside the bottle. Exactly like you see him do it on the TV show. And from where I'm sitting, I'm just like, whoa! To this day, I still don't know how he got that phone in that bottle. I was just completely mind blown. And then what he does is he says, look, now Callum, you have her number in your phone, right? Take that number and ring that phone. So I pick up my phone and I call it. You can hear a pin drop in this place. And I hear it calling on my end, but the phone in the bottle does not ring. And it's at this point Sally goes, oh, this isn't my phone, this is my husband's. The number that she has given me has called her phone, which is down in the crowd somewhere. So Dynamo's like, well, this is definitely your phone, right? And holds it up and makes sure, and she's like, yeah, it's definitely my phone. And the whole trick just kind of goes. So he sort of thanks us for our time and sends us off the stage. Yeah, I wish the story was a bit more climactic, but that's pretty much what happened. I've got to take my hat off to Dynamo. To go through all the medical issues that he has and come out on stage and continue to fight and do what he loves. My utmost respect goes to him. So yeah, that's my story. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to comment, like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. And make sure you let me know what you think of this one down below. I'd love to know what you think. That's all, guys. I'll see you back here for the next video. And until then, keep good.